Log number 532. Phew, it's been a while, huh? Sorry about that. There's been a lot of things for me to take care of behind the scenes. You know how it is. These scenarios don't write themselves. To say nothing for other plans. Fortunately, the Awakened were also a little busy healing up.
Alrighty, just gonna tie that there.
Mr. Gwendolyn, please stop. Nope.
There we go.
Oh God!
Better.
Ow! Mr. Gwendolyn, do you have literally any medical expertise whatsoever?
I've been in hospitals more than anyone else here, so I think I know what I'm doing.
Really? Because it looks like you tried tying a bar stool to the arm that I still have and said that's my new arm.
What? No. That's
What do
your
you mean?
arm.
No, it's right there. Yeah, it's the arm that I still have, not the one that is just missing.
But it's fixed. And I fixed it
God.
for you.
Tommy,
Come on.
Tommy, please sit down. Please, come on, take a rest.
Come on, buddy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, McGillicuddy. He was shot in the head.
Yes. Who kept their eyes off of him long enough for him to start playing doctor?
Sorry.
I can't watch everyone.
Right, fair enough.
In all fairness, you kept your eyes on him, and he's still playing doctor with you.
How exactly did you plan for me to hold him back when he was holding down the one arm I had?
I don't know, he's scrawny. I figured you'd push him over.
Yeah, come on, he's trying his best.
Ain't that what matters? Ow.
Yeah.
God.
Okay, listen. We're all in pain. We're all a little bit high-strung, I can see that, so why don't we all just sit down and have a good old round of book club, right?
Yeah, because we can do that with our resident bookworm currently having half his brain.
Oh,
What a great
Tommy,
fucking
come
idea. God.
Tommy, come over here, come over here. Come
Yes.
look at this book. Now, come on, read. Here you go. Once
Oh my
upon
God.
upon
Grace, why are you making
a-
me...
Is this going to take very long? I've got a quiche in the oven.
We have
When
another?
did we have an oven?
I was
Time.
trying to make a joke here.
I mean, we
Time.
do have an
It's
oven. It's
time.
right down the hall.
Well, dang.
Oh, this is getting us nowhere. I just want everyone to be not stressed for once.
I would absolutely love to be not stressed, Grace, but considering my heart is currently trying to do its thing whilst not existing, kind of fucking sucks.
Well, my insides are like a blender right now, so...
There you go.
Well, we
So
can-
maybe instead of moving around, you should stay down and not fuck up your bandages any further. Tommy, you should be sitting. And McGillicuddy, find your fucking arm.
Oh yeah, that's going to be easy. Like, just look around, see where it poofed off to in the middle of absolute fucking nowhere. That's going to work great, Mr. Reed.
It's right there.
See?
No,
He's
it is
learned to be-
not, Mr. Gwendolyn. We've been
Tommy,
over
please
this.
sit down.
Oh, okay.
Come on, come here.
Everyone stay down. Alright?
I'm fine.
Are you though?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
Jesus
there.
Christ, come on.
All right, help me get him up.
1, 2, 3. Stay there. Percy, you two, just everybody stop, okay?
Oh, fine.
It's not so
Since
easy
when
to
are
do
you
that
telling
with
us
him.
what to do?
I am apparently the only one. A bunch of mortal danger, and I'm sorry about that in the first place, but still.
Oh, this ain't
Just
the
let me
worst
help.
injury I've ever had. I mean, just one gunshot to the shoulder ain't the first time I've had that.
That's terrifying.
I'd be willing to say same, but this time someone met their mark.
Oh, guess we're not gonna be happy for a while then like this.
I mean, if we continue to bust out the liquor, numb the pain, enjoy our time.
Oh?
What are you guys talking about? Steve says we're all happy. Isn't that right, Steve?
Steve.
Y'all make a friend? Y'all found another awakened?
I believe that is empty air, Mr. Gwendolyn.
See, Steve agrees with me.
Well, I'm glad that Steve is happy.
Steve is very happy.
Oh, either your brain damaged to hell, or you mean Stephen Cutter? The one, I literally cut his arm off? That was kind of funny.
How'd that work anyway?
Oh.
I don't know, it was kind of a heat at the moment.
Everything in her stupid fucking game worked some way to fuck someone else up. That's how it worked. It doesn't matter who it is. Speaking of this fucking dickhead, though.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, McGillicuddy, also fuck you.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Reed?
Mr. Armless Man standing over there.
Well, yes. I am aware of I'm standing. Why particularly should I be fucked this time?
Let's see. Everyone retaining injuries after, all of the bullshit, and one particular person getting their arm cut off. Ring a bell.
Yes, it does ring a bell, Mr. Reed. I was there. And it sucked.
Uh-huh.
Watching on the TV that gracious host so nicely put together, watching this strange man get his arm chopped off, and then all of a sudden I don't have mine.
So, you don't know who he is?
He's not familiar to me.
Well, there's a clear connection, so maybe you should try to work on that.
Right.
Because I don't know what else that would have been.
He had nice popcorn.
Yes, he did, Tommy. He totally did.
Mr. Gwendolyn.
Absolutely the fucking best popcorn. It's
He
too
probably spit
bad.
in that popcorn.
Too bad I didn't get to fucking try any.
Maybe focus on bringing the popcorn back.
McGillicuddy, I know this is like a weird territory for you, but do you think maybe you might be able to bring Steven back?
You are absolutely correct. That is very, very weird territory. I don't like thinking that I have connection to a sociopath who might very well be a serial killer of some kind, but if the connection is there, I suppose I could try to focus on bringing him out.
Thank you.
Well, if there's any connection and that ends up working, that will be awesome, because maybe we can figure something out. God.
Yay, popcorn.
Yes,
Mr. Gwendolyn.
popcorn.
Yay, popcorn.
Junior,
Popcorn later.
Yeah? Mm-hmm.
since you're not gonna let me get up,
Sure not?
can you go behind the counter for me?
Alright. What do you need?
So you see that half-empty bottle of whiskey that's been opened already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bring that over here.
The whole thing?
Yeah, maybe a glass or two for anyone else.
Alright.
Hello everyone.
Fuck you.
Well, I
How
mean,
did you
thanks.
say?
I appreciate that. I truly.
No, you
truly
don't. Fuck
appreciate
off.
it.
Ugh.
Well, listen, I can see that you're all not doing so hot. I mean, you know, you've all healed up pretty well, considering the time. I mean, you know, we'll probably only have to run one game, and then you guys will probably be right as rain, I think. So that's good news, right?
Oh, lovely.
I would clap in appreciation, but there are obvious obstacles to that.
Yes, and that is absolutely hilarious. I'm not going to lie. Listen, I apologize.
Just use the bar stool.
The one that's taped to the working arm.
Just tap it on the ground a few times. Just kind of, you know.
Oh, my awakened. I have missed you. I'm sorry for the wait. I've just been so busy. I feel like I've been prepping for weeks, and I'm still behind. I've got wheel spins to catch up on, I've got paid scenarios to run. Somehow I have to leave you all space for character development in the fucking meta game. Like, don't even get me started. I am losing my fucking mind.
Oh man, you don't say. That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's been
Sounds like it's been a bit of a pain.
Yeah, it's
Oh no, water shock.
That's unfortunate.
it's been pretty hard for me. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I'm so sorry that this stupid fucking game is giving you such a hard time.
You know,
Yeah, it's...
I have to be here, you have to be here. I am doing my best, but I've been over that. Let's just get the work out of the way, shall we?
Whatever fucking fixes this.
Yeah, alright. Let's get that scenario out of the way so you can heal up, shall we? As wiped out as I was from all my behind-the-scenes work, I still had to get a murder game out of the way. The Void demands blood, after all, and I'm certainly not complaining. So I dipped into my paid scenario list for does it feel colonial in here or is it just me? Because if we're going to have a show based on the game town of Salem, we may as well go all the way in. The New England town of Cassington was packed with all kinds of interesting residents, from the adorable tea shop owner Sable Dean Agnes to Perry the Puritan, who was both the purest of Puritans and also a platypus. You know, like you do. And of course, given that this was Discord Murder Party, it was also totally normal when the lonely Perry sought love in the night, only to be tragically struck down by the witch he'd accidentally sought out. Thou harlot, I merely wished for companionship indeed. Also, Percy was revealed to be A, the seer, and B, dead, thus finally getting us back to our roots. Darn, what a shame. From there, things took an awkward turn. Everyone had seen the dying Percy roll from Tommy's lap, leaving no question as to the culprit. But Tommy was, still acting pretty interesting thanks to his head wound. Vincent, Grace, and Junior eventually talked Tommy to the gallows, removing one witch from the game. From there, Cassington had 2 witches in town, one evil and one good, and there was only room for one. So the good witch Eli Saltspire poisoned Grace Garden, removing Tommy's co-conspirator from play. He then used a potion to save Junior from death, turning him into a velociraptor in the process. All seemed well. But then, of course, came a crafty wheel spin, and suddenly there was one more evil witch. Gasp! Hey, sometimes those wheel spins work in my favor. Our heroes did what they could to suss out the new villain with no leads, resorting to such absurd lengths as accusing themselves and then somehow getting everyone to vote nay. Alright. In the end, the newly turned witch Quilana reigned victorious. Not only that, but she somehow got the good witch Eli Saltspire under her sway, much to my bafflement. Apparently losing didn't matter to him as long as he could be this new witch's best friend. Interesting. Ah well. It made for a dramatic end, so I guess I can't complain too much. After that, I wanted a break, so I settled us in for Scenario 2, the fan service episode. Listen, I know there's nothing my fans want more than character development, so I set everyone loose in the mall to do as they pleased. Well, most of them. Some of them still needed to work for the mall to function. A lot happened, so I'll just give you the rundown. If you want to actually hear what happened, you can always just listen to the episode. First came Tommy, who fulfilled my minor tabletop quota by fixing a box fan or 2 at Fanservice Castle. He struggled a bit, but fortunately he had his co-worker Skimpy McWindbags to help out. Her boobing breastily everywhere may have been awkward, but she was a smart gal, with a degree in engineering and plenty of college stories to tell. Meanwhile, Vincent and Grace hung out in the food court, where they had an interesting conversation about Grace's condition. Something about how perhaps the detective was more of a coping mechanism than a total split personality. What a revelation. Oh boy. After that, Grace wandered the mall a bit, where she ran into McGillicuddy working at Videomart. The two of them spent some time being weirded out by modern technology, which is totally fair. USBs are the devil's work. Meanwhile, Percy and Junior were hard at work as an artsy entryway employee and a mall cop, respectively. Both of them had some interesting encounters with the spoiled sweet customer Fina, who had a fancy medieval painting to frame and plenty of bags to carry. She won them both over with her sweet personality, then tipped them both handsomely before continuing with her day. At some point, Tommy took his break and commandeered Vincent's aid for the whole not John situation. The two of them headed off to Olive Pardon, where they pressed the server Sammy Callops for information. They learned a few things. Something about Sammy coming from a military line, perhaps from the 40s? But then Tommy kept pushing, and Vincent had to reel him back in. Sammy clearly didn't like being called John, and Vincent had already seen we're poking the bear leads. Oof. Still, they got their information, though the stress of it had Vincent retreating to a classic dad hideaway, a hardware store. It was there that he ran into McGillicuddy. The two of them reminisced on how far they'd come, then set to the important job of teaching Vinny about modern power tools. After that, Percy and Junior took a lunch break together at Olive Pardon to discuss their odd rich customer. I happened by, and after an argument over what exactly counted as Italian food, I finally snapped and whipped up a proper Italian restaurant so they could eat some proper... Listen, I've already said the Void can be nice, but more importantly, I have standards. Whatever, they got a good lunch out of it, they'd better be fucking grateful. After that, Junior checked in with McGillicuddy so they could talk about the whole, Grace Killer existential crisis thing. That was a good bonding moment, but it didn't last for long, since he then had to rush off to save Fina yet again. This time her problem wasn't bags, it was Grace and Tommy. Grace, in her effort to get answers, somehow got on the topic of young love and the statistical failure of it. Tommy came in to help, only to put his foot in his mouth as he recognized Fina for the woman he once slept with during the rock band tour bus scenario last season. Oh boy, talk about awkward. Junior escorted them away from that situation and off to the mall fountain, where the other awakened were already waiting. At the end of the day, the group discussed what they'd learned, as well as their next course of action. After all that, the sleepers had an existential crisis or something. But you know, let's not worry about that. Most importantly, it appears my awakened have chosen their next target.
Alright. So, I've brought these to the fountain.
So much for having
Hello,
fun.
everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Howdy.
Fountain, nice fountain. Fountain is nice. Nice, not bus. Yes.
Yes.
How
the fountain is nice.
therapeutic.
Junior, what happened to him?
He was talking about the bus.
I'm...
Don't worry
That's
about
not
it.
important.
Right,
Not important
right.
right now.
The bus that she fucking broke my arm in.
Uh-huh.
That one.
Let's not worry about that.
Literally remember nothing else about it but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We got some information. You guys get some information?
Yes, I learned that USB is actually 3 letters and not 1 word.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Good.
nice to know.
It's 3 letters, and there's been 3 different versions of it. The most common one's rectangular, but that's not important.
Oh my god, not again.
I mean, we learned about what I'm gonna call not John, because he's apparently not John. He's in the military. Or, well, he's connected to it somehow.
Yeah, he said his family was in the military, and he hadn't joined for whatever reason?
Oh, and I think he's from the 40s. He mentioned the 40s.
Yeah, he said that the 40s are really weird.
The 40s?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm from.
Oh, that might be useful. Did we figure anything else out on anybody else?
I learned that pretty women tip pretty pennies. Oh, and Italy exists. That's important. I
Percy,
think.
please sit down. You're
Yeah,
getting
there-
far too
I-
excited.
Got
There
some
was the-
questions.
Yeah. Okay.
There was the lady that works at the fan service place.
Oh,
Yes. Now,
She mentioned that she had a degree in engineering and that she knew how to use it. Like, that was a big thing.
Huh.
Also
Really?
pretty chill.
Engineering.
Showed me how to fix a fan and not make it squeak.
All right.
that's something at least.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, there was the pretty woman, as Percy puts it, Fina. She, from my investigations, turns out that not only is she part of nobility, but it seems that she had a partner in her life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
I thought so too.
something about being generous and contributing to the working class, I think, so to speak.
Okay. Junior, you said you talked to her too.
I didn't get as much out of her as Grace. I was just saying that seems like a lot of us today.
All right. So
Yeah. It's fun talking
most
to
of us
her.
have talked to her. We have way more on her than I think we really have on anything else. Personality, like all personality traits, other such things, all that good stuff.
Sounds
All
like
right.
our next target.
Yep. Guess we're focusing on the princess.
All right. That sounds like a
Right.
good idea.
A princess.
I approve.
The princess, Of all the bait I set this episode, this one's a particularly sweet choice. Yes, this should work into the plan quite nicely. I'd better get moving. There's a lot to do, and I've got an important scenario to write. After all, what's an awakening without a proper set piece?